Warning: the following recording contains references to sexual abuse and self-harm. If these things trigger you or make you feel unsafe, please don't listen any further. On today's episode of My Immortal, will Albert Dumbledore manage to hold on to his position as principal of Hogwarts despite his recent health problems? Will Lord Voldemort finally get off of his lazy ass and just kill Harry himself? And will the National Football League finally decide what the fuck a catch is? 2 out of 3 of these questions will be answered on today's episode of My Immortal. Chapter 21. Author's note. Shut the fuck up, Prebz. Stop flamming, okay? If you do not lick it, fuck of. I know it's Mr. Norris. It's Raven's fault, okay? 1-1. You suck, 1. No, just kidding, Raven. You fucking rock. Preb suck, 1. All day, everyone talked about the misery of magic. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black lacy leather pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diabolo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Under that, she wore a black poofy skirt with lace on it, and black gothic boots that was attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy Simple Plan t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. Draco was wearing a black MCR shirt and black jeans and a leather jacket. He looked just like Gerard Way and almost as fucking sexy. Vampire looked like Joel Madden. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight black poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed off all her clearage, with a white apron that said Bish and other swear words and MCR lyrics on it, kind of like one dress I had seen Amy Lee wear once. Darkness, who is Jenny, was there too. She was weaving a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it, and a lace-up top thing, and black pointy boots. So were Crabbe and Goyle. It turns out that Darkness, Diabolo, Crabbe and Goyle's dad was a vampire. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists with a razor. He had raped them and stuff before, too. They all got so depressed that they became gothic and converted to Stanism. My God. Oh my fucking God, I yielded as I jumped up. Why the fuck are you all here? Inobby, something's really fucked up, Draco said. Okay, but I need to put my fucking clothes on first, I shouted angrily. It's all right. We have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so fucking beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice. Oh, all right, I said smiling, but you have to tell me why you're being all erective. I will, he said. So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow, and white foundation. Then I came. We all went outside the Great Hall and looked in from a window. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt, so we put up our middle fingers at her. Inside the Great Hall, we could see Dumbledore Cornelia Fudge was there, shooting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too. "This cannot be!" she shouted angrily. "The school must be closed!" "The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students!" yelled Cornelia Fudge. "You are not fit to be the principal any longer!" yelled Rumbridge. "You are too old, and your Alzheimer's is dangerous! You must retry, or Voldemort will kill your students!" "Very well," Dumbledore said angrily, "but we cannot do this. We can't close the school. There is only one person who is capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school, and her name is Inoni Darkness Dementia Ravenway. Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary all looked at each other. I gasped. All right. 10 notes. 1, again, it's Ministry of Magic, not the Misery of Magic. 2, her name isn't Darkness or Jenny. Her name is Ginny. Her name is Ginevra Weasley, or Ginny for short. Just, everybody's gotta be goth for some fucking reason. 3, Tara appears to have confused Fred and George Weasley with Crabbe and Goyle, which is insanely stupid. Crabbe and Goyle are Draco's henchmen, who are two dumbass thugs who just do whatever Draco tells them, whereas Fred and George are troublemakers who like to pull pranks. I always liked them. 4, no, Fred, George, Ron, and Ginny's dad was not a vampire. His name is Arthur Weasley. He's still alive in the books. He never committed suicide, and he never touched his kids in that way. Even if this was written as a joke, this person has a pretty sick sense of humor. Oh, and also, how could a you said in previous chapters that vampires can't die from slitting their wrists, which is true, and yet their dad was a vampire and he committed suicide by slitting his wrists? Is this some really weird form of torture? Like, is this something that they would read to prisoners at Gitmo or some shit like that? It's like experiencing someone's bad trip for them. 5, Stanism. Not Satanism. Stanism. Okay. 6, her name is Dolores Umbridge, not Doris Rumbridge. But while we're on the subject, please kill her, Tara. She's the most hated character in all of Harry Potter. If you kill her in an insanely brutal way, this fanfiction might have some redeeming qualities. 7, it's Dark Lord, not Bark Lord. 8, Dumbledore is headmaster of Hogwarts, not the principal. This is clearly just a power trip set in high school for Tara. 9, Dumbledore doesn't have Alzheimer's. 10, what? What? You can't kill Voldemort until after all his Horcruxes are destroyed. No, Ebony can't kill Voldemort, because at this point, Voldemort simply can't be killed. Which just adds to her being a Mary Sue. Like, she's the only person who's capable of killing Voldemort. Again, if you ever hear anybody bitching about Ray being a Mary Sue, make them read this. That's the first chapter for today. Time to move on. Chapter 23. Author's note. Da hut, da fuck up, bitches one who are just jealous 'cause I got 10,000 reviews one. Thanks to Raven for the help and telling me 'bout da books, girl who rock. Let's go shopping together. Raven, you clearly did a horrible job telling her about the books. I am very ashamed of you. The door opened, and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelia Fudge stomped out angrily. Then Dumbledum and Rumbridge sawed us. Mr. Way, what the beep are you doing? What the... Huh? Rumbridge shouted angrily. Dumbledore blared at her. Oops! She made a mistake! He corrupted her. She means hi, everyone! Come in! Again, come spelled with 3 letters. Well, we all came in angrily. So did all the other students. I sat between Darkness and Draco, and opposite Bloody Mary. Crabbe and Goyle started to make some morbid jokes. They both looked exactly like Villy Volo. I ate some Count Chocula and drank some blood from a cup. Vampires don't eat, they just drink blood. Then I heard someone shooting angrily. I looked behind me. It was Vampire. He and Draco were shooting at each other. Vampire, Draco, WTF? I asked. You fucking bastard! Yelled Draco at Vampire. I want to shit next to her, one. No, I do, shouted. No, she doesn't fucking like you, you son of a bitch, yelled Draco. No, fuck you, you motherfucker. She laves me, not you, shouted Vampire. And then he jumped on Draco. No, not in that way, you perv. They started to fight and beat up each other. Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew in on his broomstick. He had no nose and was wearing a gray robe. All the glass in the window he flew through fell apart. Brittany, that fucking prep, started to cry. Vampire and Draco stopped fighting. I stopped eating. Everyone gasped. The room fell silent. Voldemort! Ebony, Darth Vader said evilly in his raspy voice. Thou hast failed your mission. Now I shall kill thou, and I shall kill Vampire as well. If thou dost not kill him before then, I shall kill Draco too. Please don't make me kill him, Pauls, I begged. No. He laughed crudely. Kill him? Or I shall kill him anyway. Then he flew away cackling. I burst into tears. Draco and Vampire came to contort me. Suddenly, my eyes rolled up so they looked all cool and gothic. I had a vision where I saw some lightning flash, and then Voldemort coming to kill Draco, while Draco slit his wrists in a depressed way. No! I screamed sexily. Suddenly, I locked up and stopped having the vision. Ebony? Ebony? Are you all right? Asked Draco in a worried voice. Yeah, I said sadly as I got up. Everything's all right, Inobby. said Vampire, all sensitive. "No, it's not," I shouted angrily. Tears of blood went down my face. "Oh my fucking god, what if I'm getting possessed like in the Ring too?" "It's okay, girl," said Bloody Mary. "Maybe we should ask Professor Sinister about what the visions mean, though." "Okay, bitch," I said sadly, and then we went. Notes for Chapter 23. 1. How is Voldemort able to get into the school this easily? He just flies in. What the hell? Also, in the books, he's fucking terrified of Dumbledore. But here he's just flying into the same room as him. 2. This is a troll. There's no way you could mistake Voldemort for Darth Vader. But fuck it. In my head, I'm imagining that Darth Vader is on the broom with Voldemort, delivering this dialogue, while Voldemort is just sitting behind him awkwardly. 3. Harry is right there. Why doesn't Voldemort just kill him himself? 4. Kill him or I shall kill him anyway is probably one of the dumbest threats I've ever heard. 5. The Harry Potter books are set in the 90s. The Ring 2 doesn't come out until 2005. How the hell does Ebony know about this movie? Well, Chapter 24 is next, and then I'm going to call it a day. Chapter 24. Author's note. Prep, stop flaming the story. You are just jealous, so fuck you, okay? Go to hell. 11. Raven Fangs for die help. Well, we had deviation next, so I got to ask Professor Trevolry about the visions. "Konnichiwa, everyone, come in," said Professor Sinister in Japanese. She smelled at me with her gothic black lipstick. She's the coolest fucking teacher ever. She had long, dead black hair with red tips and red eyes. Her mom was a vampire. She's also half Japanese, so she speaks it and everything. She and Bloody Mary get along great. She's really young for a teacher. Today she was wearing a black leather top with red lace and a long gothic black ripped dress. We went inside the black classroom with pastors of Emily the Strong. I raised my hand. I was wearing some black nail polish with red pentagrams on it. "What is it, Ebony?" she asked. "Hey, I love our nail polish. Where did you get it? Hot Topic?" "Yeah," I answered. All the preps who didn't know what HT was gave me weird looks. I gave them the middle finger. "Well, I have to talk to you about some things. When do you want to do it?" "How about now?" she asked. "Okay," I said. "Okay, class fucking dismissed, everyone," Professor Trevolry said as she let everyone go. "Except for you, Brittany." She pointed at Brittany and some other preps. "Please do exercise." "Got it." "One on page 3. "Okay, I'm having lots of visions," I said in a worried voice. "I'm so worried. Is Draco going to die?" Well, she gave me a black crucible ball to look in. I looked at it. "What do you see?" she asked. I said I see a black gothic skull and a pentagram. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. I looked at it. It was Draco. He was looking really sexy, wearing a black leather facet, a black gothic Linkin Park t-shirt, and black Congress shoes. "Okay, you can go now. See ya, cunt." said Professor Sinister. Bye, bitch, I said, waving. I went to Draco, and Vampire was sitting next to him. We both followed Draco together, and I was so exhibited. Notes for Chapter 24. It was pretty short. There weren't that many mistakes. 1, it's divination, not deviation. Divination is predicting the future. Deviation is just altering an expected course. 2, Professor Sinister appears to be a combination of Professor Sinestra and Professor Trevelry. Neither of these characters are Japanese, goths, or vampires. 3, Hermione actually considers Professor Trevelry to be her least favorite teacher. I'm really starting to think this was written by a Harry Potter fan as a parody of fanfiction at that time. 4, this chapter was both short and pointless. And I wish I could leave it on a more climactic note than that, but hey, that's what Gravelly Voice Guy is for. I will try to get this out on time, but if I don't, then I apologize. Thanks for listening. Please stay safe out there. If you really enjoyed it, leave a like and a comment, and if you really, really enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe. I will see you guys next time. On the next episode of My Immortal, Ebony continues to have inexplicable visions. Harry and Draco's paternal figures are attacked by a mysterious man in the mysterious city of Longden. And Professor Sinister comes up with a brilliant plan to defeat Lord Voldemort. This and much more on the next episode of My Immortal.